yung presyo sa buong mundo ay bumaba. Yes or no? Bumaba po siya.
Opo, bumaba po.
Bumaba ang presyo ng bigas pag land sa Pilipinas o hindi?
7.37 pesos po.
So you are saying yes to my earlier question.
Yes, ma'am.
Dumami yung supply sa Pilipinas ng bigas ikumpara sa demand natin. Tama o mali?
Tama po.
Bumaba ang presyo ng bigas sa buong mundo. Bumaba ang presyo ng bigas na imported pagdating sa Pilipinas. Tumaas at mas marami ang supply ng bigas sa Pilipinas kaya supposedly mas mababa ang presyo. Subalit, yung dapat na bagsak ng presyo na mararamdaman ni Maria at ni Juan ay tila nawala sa hangin dahil sa posibilidad na walang kompetisyon or merong pag-uusap-usap sa presyo.
Dapat ang 6 to 7 pesos napupunta po yun sa mga consumer natin. Kasi hindi na dapat pakialaman ng importer yun eh. Kasi hindi na nga sila na-charge ng gobyerno. So, ang nangyayari is, nawala na ng revenue ang gobyerno through BOC, binulsa pa ng mga importer ang 6 to 7 pesos. This is a clear proof that the importers are actually pocketing the 6 to 7 pesos that should have been transferred to the consumer.
Sir Commissioner, sino ang pinakamalaking smuggler ng bigas dito sa Pilipinas?
Naglulukuhan tayo dito, Mr. Chairman eh.
Okay, Your Honor.
You don't have the record now?
I don't have the record with me now.
Or you check with your records?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, very quickly. Yeah, Mr. Chair, if we can request the NEDA officer to answer with a yes or no, just to align and laymanize everything. So, Mr. Chair, ma'am, ang sabi nyo, yung presyo sa buong mundo ay bumaba. Yes or no? Bumaba po siya.
Opo, bumaba po.
Yung landed cost, ibig sabihin yung presyo ng bigas per kilo na imported na bumagsak sa Pilipinas ay bumaba by 7 pesos more or less per kilo. Tama o mali? That's what you stated. The 44 pesos to 33.
Andali po. Para po sigurado ako sa aking sagot. So, yung landed cost of imported rice declined po as of October. Declined yung Vietnam po, 33.95
Yeah,
per
ma'am, can we
kilo.
have the difference, please? Kasi para maintindihan ng taong bayan, just the estimate, bumaba ba ang presyo ng bigas pag land sa Pilipinas o hindi?
Andali, ma'am. 7.37 pesos po. Ang
So you are saying yes to my earlier question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, pangatlong tanong, ipinakita din ng presentation nyo, ang sinasabi nyo, dumami yung supply sa Pilipinas ng bigas ikumpara sa demand natin. Tama o mali?
Tama po.
Okay. Mr. Chair, with this, ang katapusan kong naintindihan, allow me to laymanize it. Sa pagkaintindi ko, ang sinasabi ng NEDA, bumaba ang presyo ng bigas sa buong mundo. Bumaba ang presyo ng bigas na imported pagdating sa Pilipinas. Tumaas at mas marami ang supply ng bigas sa Pilipinas kaya supposedly mas mababa ang presyo. Subalit, yung dapat na bagsak ng presyo na mararamdaman ni Maria at ni Juan ay tila nawala sa hangin dahil sa posibilidad na walang kompetisyon or merong pag-uusap-usap sa presyo at dagdag pa dito ang dagok sa ating mga farmers dahil napupwersa silang magbenta ng napakamura ng kanilang produkto pero ang kumikita naman ay ang malalaking negosyante. Is that an accurate summary of what you presented, Ma'am Neda?
At this point po, hindi po ako makapagbigay ng conclusion. Kagaya po ng nasabi ko kanina, maari po sigurong mas laliman yung pag-aaral. Kasi
How about the possibility? Kasi para po maintindihan ng taong bayan, yung iyong sinasabi kanina, NEDA has to go down, laymanize what you are saying, yung naiintindihan ng taong bayan. So yung capsule na sinabi ko, yung ba ang pinupunto ng iyong presentasyon o hindi?
Ang base po sa datos na natanggap namin, ang wholesale price po base sa landed cost ay dapat ay bumaba base sa international price na bumaba at lower tariff. Kaya lang, doon po sa observation pagdating sa retail, kung gumalaw man pababa, kaunti lang po yung pagbaba ng presyo. So, hindi po nag-translate yung lower tariff at bigger supply ng bigas at yung lower price sa international market. So, ang minumungkahi po ng NEDA ay pag-aralan pa perhaps ng PCC kung meron man pong
Mr.
dahilan
Chair,
yun.
with this, klarong-klaro po na dapat bumababa ang presyo ng bigas. Klarong-klaro po, sinabi ng lahat ng ahensya na hindi ramdam or hindi naaabot ni Maria at ni Juan ang pagbaba ng presyo ng bigas. Klarong-klaro po na pati yung ating Filipino farmers at rice palay farmers ay nadedihado na rin. With this, Mr. Chair, I move that this committee invite as resource persons the top 10 wholesalers of rice in the Philippines para matumbok natin ang problemang ito. And with that, Mr. Chair, any second?
Imbita na natin. I think you're already here, Mr. Chair.
Actually, some of them are already here. So, but we will, the position of the chair will be strengthened by the motion. So, is there a second?
Second.
There an objection? Hearing none?
Mr. Chair, I further
Oh.
move that the PCC be directed
Alin dito?
to report before this August committee the reasons and the probabilities why this is happening. Kasi hindi po pwede, Mr. Chair, na meron tayong mga ahensya ng gobyerno, ginagawa na ng liderato ng Kongreso at ng Pangulo ang lahat-lahat, pero tila meron tayong mga ahensyang natutulog. Punong-puno po ang ICU dahil sa dami ng sakit ngayon, Mr. Chair. I move that the Philippine Competition Commission be directed to submit a report with regards to the issue of why rice prices at the retail market has not been reduced in contrast to the expectations of all the interventions done by government. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Other objections? Hearing none? Sasagot ka na, PCC.
Yeah,
Mabilis
Mr. Chair, we are, nagka-case build up na po kami, Mr. Chair. Narinig ko po kanina yung mga information na sinabit ng mga iba-ibang ahensya sa committee nito. Kung pwede po sana mabigyan din po kami ng information na
We
yun para
will give you the entire offload.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kasi po, bago po kami inspect ng mga warehouse, meron po muna kaming kaso po sa isang ahensya at saka kuha po kami ng court permit. So, mas mahalaga po, Mr. Chair, may solid na information kami sa isang entity para po
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Uh,
Mr. Chairman.
Nandito si Beron.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wonder what else ang kailangan ni PCC director na ebidensya, because in the last hearing it was established that the landed cost was reduced by at least 6 to 7 pesos. Kanina sinabi ni Commissioner Rubio that world prices are steady. And in fact, it's coming down. So assuming that the price of rice in the world market stays at USD $500 per metric ton, it is equated to 29 pesos at an exchange rate of 58 per US dollar. So, dati, ang landed cost ng mga importer is 39 to 40 pesos with 35% tariff rate. Ngayon, bumaba na. Very simple ang calculation. Just reduce it by 20%. Umabot na tayo sa 33 to 34 pesos, which means that the cost per kilo has gone down by 6 to 7 pesos. That is the revenue that is lost by government. Dapat itong 6 to 7 pesos, napupunta ito sa consumer. It's assuming that the fixed cost, meaning distribution, logistical, warehousing, remain constant. dapat ang 6 to 7 pesos napupunta po yun sa mga consumer natin. Kasi hindi na dapat pakialaman ng importer yun eh. Kasi hindi na nga sila na-charge ng gobyerno. So, ang nangyayari is, nawala na ng revenue ang gobyerno through BOC, binulsa pa ng mga importer ang 6 to 7 pesos. So, hindi na kailangan, Director of PCC, maghanap pa ng ng ebidensya. This is a clear proof that the importers are actually pocketing the 6 to 7 pesos that should have been transferred to the consumer. All right. So before you make your comment, gusto ko lang tanungin si Miss Laksa of PSA, no? Based on the methodology that you employ in gathering data and your statistics, how accurate is your data? Kasi wala kang mini-mention ng margin of error. You know, you seem to convince us that what you present is very accurate. You have not considered, you know, the volume of rice imports that don't go through BOC in determining your self-sufficiency ratio. So, have you considered, Ms. Laksa, the other factors that would affect the self-sufficiency ratio? Kasi hindi kasama sa radar ng PSA ang mga smuggled goods which I will be asking Commissioner Rubio later on if they have some data to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You are correct, Mr. Chairman. For the beginning stocks and for the rice stocks and palay production, these are coming from survey results. Thereby, we have a confidence interval for these estimates. Ibig sabihin po, yung pinapresent po namin ay point estimates, and there could be an upper limit and lower limit to this. We also compute the coefficient of variation, which means may certain level of reliability that we compute before we release it to the public. We could provide this in the committee, Mr. Chair, if needed.
Yes, so
However-
how accurate are the data presented to us, Ms. Laksa?
For the
What
palay,
is the range? What is the range? Your upper and your lower limit.
I will just have to get the data for the upper and lower limit, Mr. Chair. About our coefficient of variation, that means the reliability of the estimates is lower than 10%. That means it's good or reliable and acceptable po. As to the lower and upper limit, we will just get, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
kindly submit those information in the next hearing. So I move to Commissioner Rubio and ASCOM Maronilla. So what we actually quantify as losses in revenue by reducing tariff is only based, Commissioner, on what is legally imported, correct? So do you have any estimates as to the volume of rice that don't go through, you know, the mainstream importation, that is still part of the supply to the Filipino consumers? Meron ba kayong estimate yung mga na-apprehend ninyo na mga smugglers, and what is the volume of this rice that don't go through the mainstream importation?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I can only give you data of our apprehended seized commodities, the value of seized commodities, and insofar as our regular ports, I assure the committee that we are doing our job in preventing the entry of illegal goods or smuggled rice to that effect. I can only say that our borders are porous, Your Honor. So I also collaborate and coordinate with other law enforcement agencies to help us guard our borders from entry of illegal goods, Your Honor.
Estimate lang, Commissioner, based on the apprehensions that were done by BOC. Anong volume na nahuhuli ninyo? Yeah, because we should consider this since na yung question natin dito, it was established earlier that there is actually oversupply of rice. And yet, despite the oversupply, prices are not coming down. So supply, oversupply is compounded also by smuggled goods. You know, I don't take it against you because even America has the strictest border control in the world. And yet, smuggling continues in the US. So sa atin, naintindihan natin yan ang situation dito sa Pilipinas. Ang sinasabi ko lang is, we want to at least have an empirical data on the volume of smuggled rice because that should be considered, you know, when you take things into consideration, no, the total supply that enters the Philippines, because smuggled goods should affect actually the prices of rice. Di ba? Pag smuggled siya, you know, wala ka namang mura na ngayong tariff, inismuggle mo pa, dapat bagsak ang presyo sa merkado, and yet we don't see that in the market. Yung ano lang, yung data nyo lang, Bien. Sa inyo lang, kung ano yung mga volume ng nahuhuli ninyo, like for 2024.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For the estates of our apprehended seizure on agricultural products is about 856 million. I'll just have to check the disaggregation, Your Honor. Can you give me time to
Yeah,
check
sure.
on the disaggregation?
You just have to quantify in terms of metric tons for specifically for rice.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll check the disaggregation, Your Honor.
All right. Malaki yan, ha? 856 million. That's the consolidated
that's the
amount
total
of the
all
seizures made.
agricultural products.
All right.
Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, just a interjection on the questions raised by Chairman Biron. Just a short follow-up lang kasi following the thoughts that Chairman Biron raised, I'd like to ask the good commissioner.
Yung siko ni Briones, ginagawa.
Sige, with the indulgence of
Sige.
is that okay, Chairman? Tanong ko lang si Commissioner kasi 856 million as you stated earlier, yung amount of more or less smuggled goods, agri products. The next question is, what did customs do with the smugglers? Were you able to identify? Were you able to file cases against them? Kasi they could be using consignees, and then when they're apprehended, they use another consignee, but these are the same people. So, Mr. Commissioner, sino ang pinakamalaking smuggler ng bigas dito sa Pilipinas?
Your Honor, all apprehended and seized cargos undergo investigation and eventually after seizure proceedings we file cases through the DOJ. Your
Chairman.
Honor. I'll
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, can I be recognized?
Okay, Caps.
Tao nga pa ka mo supposedly mag-interject Chairman Barbers. Iba yung sabi, but just to follow up, Commissioner, please directly answer. Sino? May kaso ba? Sino?
Can you give me time, Your Honor, to
What?
check on
What
our case,
time?
Your Honor?
Why?
I'll just have to check my data, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. In a few
I don't
minutes, you
have
should
it with
answer
me,
the
Your Honor.
query of Chairman Barbers.
I have to make sure of my data, Your Honor. So
Kailan nga?
just
Bukas? Makalawa? Next week? Next
give me
hearing?
until tomorrow, Your Honor.
No, today. You check it in your record.
Okay, Your Honor.
Before this hearing ends. Naglulukuhan tayo dito, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Your Honor.
You don't have the record now?
I don't have the record with me now.
Or you check with your records?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.